Yeah, what's going on, guys? Spartan here, and today is day number 2 of the Real 10% Body Fat series. Guys, this is what you've all been waiting for. This is video 1 of 4 core videos talking about what we're going to do, how we're going to do it to do the Real 10% Body Fat series and ultimately obtain the perfect physique, obtain the perfect human physique. So, day 2, talking about nutrition. Now, guys, I want to note this right away, okay? I'm going to call this video Nutrition Unleashed, okay? But here's the bottom line when talking about nutrition and when talking about diets as a whole. You know, I could talk about this. I could talk about nutrition, for hours on end. There's so much information to give out. There's so many different things that you can do to accomplish whatever specific desired end goal. But honestly, guys, I'm going to try to keep this shorter in a sit-down, watchable video for you guys. But ultimately, guys, this is it. Nutrition Unleashed for this specific goal, giving you guys the perfect specific nutrition diet for getting down to a ripped, shredded, real 10% body fat and staying there while at the same time ensuring maximum muscle mass, maximum performance, and bringing your body fat down to the perfect level. So guys, without any further ado, I'm Seth Spartan. Let's do this. Nutrition Unleashed, day 2. All right, first thing I want to go through and cover so that you guys can understand the rest of the points and also, I guess, in a sense, appreciate why I'm doing things this way is address this, types of diet. So point number 1, types of diet. Now, this is important to talk about because I'm going to address why I have chosen to do the diet this way for Nutrition Unleashed, okay? So let's talk about types of diet, and then I am going to argue why, in my opinion, mine is the best. But I'll leave that to you guys to make that decision. So, types of diet we have a regular caloric restriction diets where, they say, oh, you're going to go below this many calories a day, and you can do this by either pre-planned meals, meal prepping. You can do this with, if it fits your macros, a macro kind of diet. There's intermittent fasting. There's a lot of different kinds of diets. Okay, so we could do macros diets. We could do meal prep diets. We could do all sorts of different diets. And guys, in this video, and I want to make this plain and simple and say this plainly and boldly. There is no bad diet as long as it works. Having said that, there is a better diet in terms of, again, maximizing muscle mass, performance, the desired fat loss, and also how easy is it? Honestly, how easy is it to stick to? And this is where I'm going to talk about why I believe mine trumps other diets. So that's just a quick overview on the different types of diets that you can do. Let's move on to point number 2. Let's talk about this. Maximum muscle mass. What diet is going to deliver maximum muscle mass, maximum performance, so you're not dragging in the gym, and also achieve your set fat loss that you have for yourself? So I want to say this. My diet, this diet that I am giving you guys today, and guys, this is the core, this is all the culmination of knowledge that I've obtained over the years and also proven and tested on myself what works and what's easiest. This diet is specifically for maximum muscle mass, maximum performance while achieving whatever set fat loss or body fat percentage you're trying to achieve. So this is more of a cutting recomp. This is more of a, if you want to, it would probably fall into then a cutting diet if you want to put it under either bulking or cutting, one of those two camps. Why? Because if this was only a bulking diet, we would just be seeking maximum muscle mass, maximum performance, and we would say, set fat loss, that would be out. So this diet, that I'm going to be giving you guys is to basically look your best while being at your best and locking into desired body fat percentage. We already know for this series, this is the real 10% body fat series. So with this series, guys, maximum muscle mass, maximum performance, while at the same time achieving a set fat loss, in our case, 10% body fat. So now what I'm going to be giving you guys is the best diet for that, the best nutrition for that. And really, ultimately, this is besides these three main components that we talked about, there's two very, very extremely important things that you need to note. And this is not just regarding my diet, but every diet, whether it's if it fits your macros, whether it's meal prepping, whether it's different meal timings or intermittent fasting. This is the two questions you always have to ask. And whether you watch my videos, any coach, Mike O'Hearn, doesn't matter, Greg, this is the two good questions you want to ask yourself. Question number one, can you stick to it? Can you stick to this particular diet? Can you stick to it? And I don't mean, is it doable? I mean, are you going to be able to stick to it in the long run? Because a problem I have, and I have had in the past with these big meal prep diets, and the guys that are promoting them, and a lot of them, they look great, and it's the same diet they're using themselves. But the thing is that if you got to wake up and it takes you 2-3 hours, to meal prep every day, maybe you'll stick to it for a week, but it's just going to be too hard. You're going to bug out and you're going to fail, not because the diet itself doesn't work, but simply, guys, because it's too hard to stick to. It's just a pain, okay? Having said that, question number two is this. Is it easy? Is it easy to stick to? Is it medium to stick to? Or is it hard to stick to? A diet where you're prepping 3 hours a day, I would say that's hard to stick to, okay? That's going to be a diet you're not going to want. So you're going to want a diet that's easy or medium to stick to in terms of time commitment, okay? Like I said, a lot of different diets. I don't want to knock any particular diet nor anybody's diet, but I'm going to just stress to you guys that whether a diet is easy, medium, or hard to stick to is overall, even if the diet is perfect and is going to get you to your goals, let's say Mike O'Hearn or Greg or whoever gives you something, I don't know. If they give you a diet, a coach or a guru, anybody is giving you a diet, they might have the macros or the meal prepping down to a T is giving you all this stuff. But if it's a hard diet to stick to, even if the scientific and theoretical component of it is sound, what you're doing for macros, calories, everything else, if you can't stick to it, there's no point, okay? And this is now, let's get to the main point of the video. Here it is. Let me introduce to you my diet, and in my opinion, the perfect diet for what? Maximum muscle mass, maximum performance, and also acquiring, like we talked about, the set fat loss you want. In our case, that is going to be 10% body fat. So guys, without any further ado, let me introduce you to this super or Spartan carnivore diet. I'll let you guys pick the name for this. So either the super carnivore diet or the Spartan carnivore diet. You guys can pick what you want to call it. I'll leave that up to you. But before you guys go off and say, oh, it's just a carnivore diet, it's not. And I'm going to explain why and how and what, this diet is. So I noticed very, very early on, and guys, I can't even tell you how many different kinds of diets I've done. I've done keto, I've done high carb, I've done low carb, I've done meal prepping, I've done macros. The beauty of this, guys, is that I've done this, guess what, all myself. And at the same time, I've trained, I can't even count how many clients or how many people I have trained. When I was doing personal training from around the world, whether it's bodybuilders, athletes, basketball players, MMA fighters, who else? Bodybuilders or people that are super overweight and need to get the fat off for their health. So not just have I done this myself, but also, I know it works for other people. And that's why I'm saying if the diet is sound and works from a scientific or theoretical perspective, the really only next question is, is it easy, medium, or hard? And I believe mine is superior. Let me show you why. So one thing I want to note, let's just take the regular, before I explain the super or Spartan carnivore diet, that's what I'm calling this diet. Before I explain this, I want to touch on the regular carnivore diet. So a regular carnivore diet, you're basically only eating meat and animal products. Some you can't even eat animal products like eggs. But let me just touch on the regular standard carnivore diet. The regular carnivore diet, you can eat any meat you want, and some of them you can eat eggs, stuff like that. I was eating eggs every now and then, not a big deal. I would still consider that carnivore, honestly. It's eggs are should be included in that. That's as carnivore as you can get. Anyways, having said that, with a regular carnivore diet, just a standard, regular, run-of-the-mill carnivore diet, the beauty of this is there's a couple huge benefits. Not only are you getting tons and tons of vitamins and minerals, high amounts of B vitamins, zinc, you're getting, and B vitamins are great for revving the metabolism, but you're getting a lot of it, a lot of essential vitamins and minerals with the carnivore diet. There's some things that are missing. I'll touch on that either later or in another video, but with the base carnivore diet, you can eat as much as you want, all right? Eat as much as you want, and also eat as much as you want, and also with the carnivore diet, you're going to hold a lot of muscle mass just because of the sheer amount of protein you're going to be consuming. Also, with the carnivore diet, I found it to be very energizing diet. So I could just go bang, 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 bang with the pros of the carnivore diet, but the main takeaways with a base carnivore diet is a couple things. You're getting tons of the vitamins and minerals you need. You're going to be keeping a lot of muscle mass just because of the sheer amount of protein. And also, you're getting creatine with all the meat you're eating. But lastly, and it is decent for performance just by itself. It's not bad. And guys, carnivore diet was not designed for athletes as is, okay? So carnivore, vitamins, minerals, great for muscle mass, decent for performance, but the biggest thing is it's going to rip off fat, okay? So the bottom line with the carnivore diet, with myself, the leanest I have ever gotten in my life for a show, the leanest, the most shredded, ripped, disgusting I've ever looked in my life was, guess what? Doing what? A carnivore diet, just a base carnivore diet. And that's it, okay? However, I got below 5% body fat with a base carnivore diet. That's with training and everything else. But a base carnivore diet works, but it's got some flaws in terms of maximum muscle mass, also maximum performance. Okay, so that's where it comes in. Why I'm calling it either the super carnivore diet or the Spartan carnivore diet, because we're going to add on some things to it and also go in stages. Now, guys, please listen up to this. I cannot stress how important this is. So, with this diet, there's going to be stages. Now, what am I talking about? All right, with diets, we talked about, you can do meal prepping where you're prepping by single meals. Each meal has to be, that you're eating this, eating that. You can do meal prep. You can do macros. You can do all sorts of different kinds of diets. With my diet, there's none of that. There's really, guys, no meal prepping. There's no counting macros. There's no nothing. It's easy as cake, okay? Literally, okay? My diet, the diet I'm about to give you, the big secret diet, all right? Arguably, in my opinion, the best diet for what we're about to do, the Real 10% Body Fat series, while, I've already talked about this, keeping maximum muscle mass, maximum performance, and obtaining the set fat loss you want, while at the same time being easy to stick to. Zero meal prepping, zero planning, okay? No meal prepping, no planning, no counting macros, no weighing your food, none of that, okay? So in terms of being easy, this is easy as easy gets, okay? So let's answer this. So this is what you need to know. There's going to be stages to this diet, 3 stages, all right? Now, stage number 1. Take a look at the stages, guys. Stage number 1, and this is where we are, if you're following along, this is where I am going to be starting at. Stage 1 is none other than carnivore plus fruits plus vegetables. That's it. So you have tons of different foods you can eat, but you have 3 different groups. So here we go. So for stage 1, this is where I'm starting. I can have unlimited carnivore diet. That means eat as much meat. I can eat as much meat as I want. I can eat as much meat, eggs, animal products as I want. And at the same time, I can have as much fruit as I want, and I can also have as much vegetables as I want. So stage 1 of the super carnivore diet or Spartan carnivore diet, unlimited carnivore, unlimited fruit, unlimited vegetables. And if you want to know exactly what is in everybody knows what fruit and vegetables are, okay? Or, if you don't know what a specific fruit is, go look it up, all right? But, or a vegetable, look it up. But if you want to know exactly what a carnivore diet is, what it falls into, just go type into Google carnivore diet, and then it's pretty straightforward. But for those people that don't know what I'm talking about. So stage 1, unlimited carnivore, unlimited fruit, unlimited vegetables. The only rules are no snacking, and you eat until you're full. Full does not mean belly stagnant, like belly out to here. I've packed myself or I'm going to throw up. Full means comfortable. I don't need to eat anymore, okay? You're not still hungry, but you're not stuffed. You're comfortable, okay? So 2 rules for this whole diet. How easy is that, okay, guys? How easy? No snacking and eat until you're full, all right? But on this diet, you can eat as much as you want. I would rather restrict food choices than have to count all the macros out, do all the planning. I found this in the long run, especially for myself, way more effective because, with this meal prepping, especially eating, you hear a lot of this today. Eat small meals throughout the day. I can't do that. I personally cannot do that. If I eat small meals throughout the day, I've tried it. Like I told you guys, I've tried pretty much every diet. If I eat small meals throughout the day, what ends up happening is I'm starving all day and I'm never satisfied whatsoever. With this diet, you don't have that, okay? With this diet, stage 1, unlimited carnivore, unlimited fruits, unlimited vegetables. Only two rules. I already discussed it. Now, once fat loss stops, once fat loss comes to a halt, I'm no longer getting a lower body fat percentage. We're going to go a little bit. We're going to go to stage 2, which is a little bit more intensive, which is unlimited carnivore and unlimited fruit, cutting out the vegetables. No vegetables, no potatoes, none of that, all right? Just carnivore and fruits. And guys, I have given this diet to people before who have, been very, very overweight and they needed to lose weight. Now I want to address this. So people are going to say, okay, I understand the vegetables and the carnivore, but I don't understand the fruit. This is some very, very bad misinformation that's been in the bodybuilding, fitness, athletic community for a long time. This originated, I believe, from the medical industry, but you had this whole thing going on where basically goes like this, and after I say it, you're going to nod your head and say, yeah, I've heard this before. All right? This is what you've heard. You can't eat fruit. If you eat fruit, you're going to get fat. You're never going to lose weight. Fruit is terrible for fat loss. It's going to make you fat. You'll never lose fat. Your body's just going to burn, sugar. You can't eat fruit. You're going to be fat forever. You're never going to lose weight. All right? It's going to go something like that. This has been completely and utterly debunked. Fruit is great for fat loss. And why am I including fruit last, not vegetables? Why am I doing carnivore plus fruit, not carnivore plus vegetables? So stage 1, unlimited carnivore, unlimited fruit, unlimited vegetables. After fat loss stops, then carnivore and carnivore and fruit only. Why carnivore and fruit only? Here's the big secret, guys. Please listen to this. I'm giving you guys a nugget of gold here. The reason you want fruit in your diet when you're dieting, and why I would rather have carnivore plus fruit instead of carnivore plus vegetables. Why? The big secret with fruit is, take apples, oranges, strawberries, bananas, whatever. The big secret with fruit is this. You only really have 2 places in the human body where you can store glucose, okay? Also known as carbohydrates. Either in the muscle tissue, all right? Either directly in the muscle tissue as muscle glycogen, or in the liver as liver glycogen. So after you, let's say I'm eating fruit like, or let's say I'm eating vegetables such as potatoes, or let's say I even go, let's leave this category and I go and eat bagels or whatever else, all right? I'm eating bagels, I'm eating whatever it is. Guess what? Bagels, potatoes, oatmeal even. Small intestine is sucking up the carbohydrates, enters the bloodstream as glucose. A lot of that is going to be the liver will pick up a little bit, but a lot of that is going to be, especially if I'm a hard training athlete, stored in the muscle tissue as muscle glycogen. Well, once that muscle glycogen, guys, is stored, it cannot be used by the body for anything but for muscular activities, okay? So The problem is that if I diet down, let's say I diet down on only carnivore and not on, let's say I diet down on carnivore and vegetables, I'm eating potatoes or whatever else I want, right? The issue is that it's going to be great for performance. It's going to be great for, good for performance still. It's going to be good for fat loss still, but there's going to be a problem. There's going to be one huge, major problem. And this is why I opt out for fruit instead of vegetables. The big secret with fruit is that it absolutely kills, destroys, and cuts cravings. Cravings. Why? And this is why I want fruit. This is why carnivore plus fruit is like one of the best diets you could ever do. Again, this is stage 2. What's going to happen is, no, you're not going to have huge full muscles. It's not going to keep you as full, but the carnivore plus fruit is going to do this. When your blood sugar is constantly getting low, guess what? The liver is going to be able to, by keeping liver glycogen full with the fruit, by eating unlimited carnivore, unlimited fruit, with the fruit, it's keeping the liver glycogen still, moderately topped up. So what's going to happen is when you're sleeping or during the day when you're exercising, guess what? Your blood sugar is going to start dipping. It's dipping too low. The liver is going to say, release whatever small amounts of glucose in the bloodstream. Guess what this is going to do? Completely blunt and destroy cravings. So fruit is extremely, extremely good for combating cravings. And one of the hardest things when dieting, dieting down to just a shredded body fat percentage, when I got below 5% body fat, crazy. But, the big thing is that the big problem I have and a lot of people have, and I'm sure you guys can relate if you've gotten down to a really low body fat percentage, you have a hard, extremely terrible time sleeping if you're super hungry and you have low blood sugar. For this reason, and also, the cravings and cheatings throughout the day, this is why fruit is key. All right, I believe I've touched enough on this. So, stage 1, unlimited carnivore, unlimited fruit, unlimited vegetables. All right, and again, there's only two rules for all of these stages. No snacking and eat until you're full, comfortably full. So, for stage 1, carnivore, fruit, vegetables, unlimited. Stage 2, once body fat progression slows down to a stop, carnivore plus fruit only. Just carnivore and fruit, that's all you can have. Now, if body fat percentage doesn't go any lower, and if I'm still not at 10%, even though that's probably not going to happen, then I would go to stage 3, which is only carnivore. Carnivore only, all right? Just a regular carnivore diet. Now, the reason that I say this, most likely, guys, I am only going to have to go stage 1 and stage 2 to get down to a ripped 10% body fat, percent body fat. The only reason stage 1 and stage 2, I'm almost 100% certain I'm not going to have to go to stage 3 is because I know from past experience, I'm a bigger guy. Right now I'm 240, bigger guy, 240. I'm young. I've got a fast metabolism. I train hard. Guess what? From doing those things in the past, a regular carnivore only diet, guys, eating as much meat as I wanted, carnivore only diet, I got down below 5% body fat percentage, a real 5%. And, I could have killed myself, right? So, I already know for myself that if I'm training hard and I'm doing everything I should, sticking to a regular carnivore stage 3, like I have in here, of my super carnivore diet or Spartan carnivore diet, I know if I went stage 3, I would drop below 5%. So most likely, guys, I'm only going to go to stage 1 or stage 2. I'm going to guess I'm going to probably have to go stage 2 for a little bit to get down to 5%. But guys, this is it. This is the super carnivore diet or the Spartan carnivore diet. And the super refers to adding things into the carnivore diet, like I said. So, I've probably said this enough, but I want to say it one last time just in case to make sure there's no misunderstanding so that you guys can copy this. But the super carnivore diet or Spartan carnivore diet, whatever you want to call it, 3 stages. Stage 1, unlimited carnivore, unlimited fruit, unlimited vegetables per meal. Stage 2 is unlimited carnivore, unlimited fruit. And stage 3 is unlimited carnivore only. And you drop down the stages when body fat, when you're not losing any more body fat, okay? You need to go based on body fat percentage. Either get a good Omron scale like me, or there's, it's kind of hit or miss with the with the electric or electrode on the hands and feet. It's kind of hit or miss. Some are better, some are worse. The one I'm using, the Omron scale, is extremely accurate, I have found. Anyway, so those 3 stages, and then the rules, only 2 rules. There's no snacking, and you eat until you're comfortably full. Guys, this is Nutrition Unleashed. I'm Seth Spartan, and guys, it's going to be a pleasure doing this journey with you and getting absolutely shredded, and ultimately, guys, obtaining the perfect human physique. Seth Spartan, stay safe, stay healthy, and we are out of here.